three things that I learned. The secret number one was the belief that you can be a CXO. Number two, I am a specialist, and probably that's why I was not growing. And I need to be more versatilized. I need to learn many other technologies, and that's how I can be on a path of CXO. The third thing was a goal setting. It not only showed me the final destination on how I can be a CXO, but also showed me a path.
Good morning, all. My name is Chetan Patil. I work in the US retirement planning and services industry for Fidelity Investments as a director of operations. While my leadership, style has really evolved over the years, I'm typically somebody who likes to plan, put a lot of structure, not only in my day-to-day, but also I look at my career in that perspective. I signed up for this course, or this was this program, not really a course, for two reasons. One being, how do I create that recall value in my organization? Secondly, in my day-to-day, I'm trying to be a differentiator within my teams, within my business unit, really when it comes to recognition, promotions. Couple of things that I've started doing already and I see myself doing, which I, honestly speaking, never believed in doing it. Two examples. One was really reading a book, really used to put me to sleep. But I see a lot of value today in doing some of that. The second thing is creating goals. While I used to feel it was an uphill task to really create goals and follow them, but I think breaking down those goals into career, personal goals, I've seen a lot of enrichment and also tracking them. So I find that really useful for myself. The last thing is two things really. One is at work, a thing that I've started doing, which I was not, is, and I've seen this post joining Mudit sir's program, is just the power of silence and not responding to everything, giving your opinion all the time. So I've started inculcating that habit for sure. Lastly, a strong support is my family. They've seen me on Saturday mornings, just getting up, going to the gym, doing the daily chores, running out most of the time, being outside the house. Jokingly, on a lighter note, my wife keeps telling everybody that this guy's got roller skaters on his feet. He's always out. To really bringing routine, bringing structure that this program has. And I think I bring in a lot of commitment. I started bringing a lot of commitment for this program. And I thank my family for that. So thank you.
Good morning, Mudit sir. Good morning, all future CXOs. My name is Mandar Kulkarni, and I'm a technology head at TCS. It has been a very long journey for me at TCS. In fact, last Thursday, I completed 26 years at TCS. And a lot of people, colleagues asked me, how was my journey at TCS for 26 years? How was I when the beginning and how am I doing now? So I got a week to reflect a lot on how things went. It took me back in a memory. I still remember the days when I was young, doing a lot of night outs, midnight, working in a midnight was very common. And I remember some of the incidences very strongly. One such night out, I was sitting with my friend, my colleague, who was a PhD, and he was a very great thinker. So he just asked me, we were talking about astrology, and then he asked me, when do you think a person goes to an astrologer? So I said, maybe whenever he needs some advice. He said, no, think again. So we had a lot of discussion, and then he said, very good point. He said, whenever your person is in a trouble, he needs somebody to bail him out. That is where he goes to astrologer. I said, is it? Maybe that made me to think a lot. I started thinking, why does a person go to a doctor? So generally we get a cold, cough, fever, and then I say, okay, I have a tablet, I just manage. As the disease is, the intensity goes up, that is where you think, okay, I need a doctor. And then when you have a very serious disease, I mean, in my family, somebody was diagnosed with a cancer a few years back, and everybody in family was unanimous. Everybody said, we just need a best doctor in the city. So that made me to think, okay, when we have real crisis, we go to a doctor. So that was a story long back. And then thereon, I had a very good time at TCS. I was growing very fast. Things were really very good. I was very successful. I felt like I'm at top of a pyramid. I was looking forward always, not looking at back. And things were really going great. Till a point came when I realized somebody has moved my cheese. Okay. I felt that probably my career is stagnating. Things are not moving as I felt. Maybe I said, maybe need to wait for a year. I waited for a year. I waited for a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years. Then I realized it's a serious problem. And I need a doctor. I need a career doctor. I went to Google and I said, who is the good career coach? And the first name came was the Mudit Saxena. and that's how I joined the Launchpad. I got a perfect corporate guru, career coach in form of Mudit sir. Then subsequently, I boarded the Blueprint train. I learned a lot, and then eventually, I'm on a certification train, which is a kind of bullet train for me. So there are a lot of things to learn. I can list out so many things, but since just now Mudit sir has talked about power of three, maybe I will talk about three things that I learned, which I strongly feel are going to change my career. Number one, uh, the secret number one was the belief that you can be a CXO, and I have started believing that yes, it's going to happen. Number two, I kind of figured out that I'm a specialist, and probably that's why I was not growing, and I need to be more versatilized. I need to learn many other technologies, and that's how I can be on a path of CXO. And the third thing was a goal setting, which was very, very important. It did not only showed me the final destination on how I can be a CXO, but also showed me a path. How can I progress year on year, quarter on quarter, month on month? These three things were very key learning for me, and there are many other learnings. I learned a lot from all of you. I keep seeing what you talk, what you practice, and that's really going to help me. So there are a lot of learnings to be done here in this train, in this journey. Uh, at times, I feel that the train is running very fast. I find it very difficult to keep that pace. Sometimes I feel I might miss out a station, a couple of stations. But with Mudit sir's on and taking a charge of wheel, I'm sure he will take all of us along in this bullet train journey, and we are going to reach our destination, which is a CXO hive. Thank you.
Are you a mid-career leader who wants to earn 1 crore or who wants to become a CTO, a CIO, a CDO, a CISO, a CFO, a CRO, or any other C-suite or CXO role?
The road to the CXO is something that I know and I can teach you. So don't delay, click on the link below.
Good afternoon, everybody. A great pleasure connecting with all of you. All right. I describe myself as, if you want to be happy, you need to love whatever you're doing. So I actually love whatever I'm doing. So yesterday I was working in Singapore, and I was accompanied by medical lead, I was accompanied by the marketing head, I was accompanied by sales rep, right? And they asked, what is the story of your 30 years career with this single company? And then I looked at them, and then I found all of them was less than 30 years. And then I told them the same thing. I'm there with the company because I love doing whatever I'm doing. In this 30-year career, in fact, I have evolved myself 2 times. The first in 2014, when I started my spiritual journey, right? And second, last year, when I joined Mudit sir, right? 3 things I really learned and I'm implementing from this CXO program. In fact, this is the second program. I have done the 90 days challenge, and also inspired that I've joined this 1-year certification program also, because frankly speaking, the Saturday I attend classes, next week actually goes very productive, and I remain totally focused. So I try to attend all the Saturday classes, but because of the hectic schedule and all those things, I do miss. But I keep the priority to keep Saturday kind of free to attend the classes. The 3 things I learned is first the goal setting, right? Second is kind of vision board, and third, of course, the affirmation and all those things. I'm practicing affirmation. I'm writing affirmation on daily basis, right? Goal setting, we spend good amount of time, right? Whether I have achieved my goal, no, right? But I'm really progressing. I'm progressing well. Let me share one of the examples. So during the goal setting, we have kept three things. All of us are already made in vision board. So I have created two vision board. One during my 90 days challenge, another during the certification program. So during the 90 days challenge, those are the time I was appearing for interviews and all. And one of the interviewers for the Singapore managing director role for one of the company, and I told Mudit sir also. What happened? I created my screensaver as Singapore's skyline, and now within 6 months' time, my role got evolved, and now I spend maximum time at Singapore. So the point I'm trying to make over here is vision board really works over here. And coming back, how I want to continue. As I said, I'm going to prioritize these Saturdays, and I'm going to revisit all the session I missed from the cxohive as such.
This week started off well. I got the intimation of promotion at Capgemini from senior manager to program manager. So it was kind of a hard grind behind the scenes. The last 6 months, the effort that was put in through this program actually helped me. And I had a very different, I would rather say a misconception about how promotion works. So I thought that it is only about performance to get that highest rating to be visible, right? But I think it's more than just the performance. It's the potential that the leaders look at. So the last 3 months, the quarterly goals that I had and the discussion I had with Mudit sir really had that razor sharp goals and action items that needed to be there to have that discussion with my boss. I had a good relationship with my boss, but they added buy-in from different stakeholders, right? So I had this request from my boss to have the recommendation from other leaders as well that I had worked with. So I had to reach out to different people to get that recommendation, sending the request to the manager. So in all, it went and it was a really put together in a good shape. So I think it was a result of that being consistent and acting on that. That's how it worked. It was really kind of surprise for me because this role, normally when we recruit outside, right, I do interviews for this leadership role, and we kind of look at experience of maybe 17 or 18 years of people, and I had like a good 2.5 years of experience left. But I think the potential, I think that was what was recognized, I guess, and it really broke my misconceptions that I had about promotion. So in my last 15 years, I didn't actually ask for it, but I think the discussion I had with Mudit sir in the post about the promotions, right, I thought we have to ask for it and then see how it goes. So I think that really helped to be visible with all the stakeholders, getting their recommendations, getting their buy-ins really helped. And one thing that my manager told me is about this LinkedIn. So that was because that's the only way where we can be visible to others. We cannot reach out to all the people. So that actually helped me. So I think this program really helped me to break away my comfort zone, do something which I was not comfortable with, and that really helped me. So, and of course, the entire community, people I had interaction with, the support that I got really helped me. So thanks again to everyone.
Hi, I'm Mudit Saxena. I'm a global CXO leadership coach. I'm globally awarded. I'm a TEDx speaker. But you know what's most important? My students have become CEOs, CXOs. My students have got 100% increase in their salary. Some of them earn more than 1 crore. Some of them didn't have jobs and they found new jobs. I've been a CXO. I worked in 5 countries over the last 30 years. And I've impacted 10,000 lives across the world. My students have come from the US, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia. The road to the CXO is something that I know and I can teach you.
So I look forward to working with you, and if you're interested, just book a call with me in the link below.
Good morning to everybody. And as we mentioned that this was targeted towards a larger audience, but yeah, I will go for it. Start with I'm embarrassed. Well, I'm embarrassed to talk about this to a group of educated management professionals, the top 2% of the society. India is growing in leaps and bounds. We just had a K-shaped recovery from COVID. Consumerism is back with vengeance, and companies and corporates are reaching multiple heights. But has it changed the culture of the organizations that we work in, where we go in every day and come back tired, more so mentally than physically? I am Rajarshi Banerjee, a banker by experience, having worked with private sector banks in India, that was the post-liberalization era, and I joined a new private sector bank. We learned new ways of doing things. The banks were growing in technology and in innovation, and they became major powerhouses of knowledge. And as we were learning new things, we suddenly realized that within a decade, the bank that I worked in became the third largest bank of the country. Now, I had an ambition or a calling to work at an apex level. I moved to Africa, where I brought in the same experience and the knowledge from an emerging economy into a more developing state, wherein we could bring in those changes and produce some solid results. I currently work as a consultant, primarily in the BFSI sector, where I work in the intersection of knowledge, strategy, and the challenges that is faced by the BFSI. I also have ESG advocacy as one of my primary goals. Now, looking back, what stands out is that there is dearth of true leadership. Leadership that thrives on empathy, collaboration, and cohesive efforts to reach our goals. Our organizations are still marred with conflicts, negative conflicts, a dog-eat-dog culture, politics that makes the entire culture or the environment pretty toxic. When we were growing in our careers, we had very few coaches, at least not many were accessible to us. Mental health was dealt by psychologists, to a larger extent by psychiatrists. Going to a psychologist, major taboo. But we were fortunate to have mentors who could guide us with their limited capacity. India was then still growing up. Internet was in its infancy. But when I look at those mentors, I come up with respect because they come up with values and they were great human beings. Now, I had multiple transformation experiences in my career, some of which I led, and possibly I led pretty well. I was acknowledged as the true leader, some at a branch level, some at a regional level, and some at a bank-wide level in Africa. But when I look back, I see some gaps. Let me quickly tell you a quick story from my Jharkhand days, where we were trying to make an impact into the market. We were a new private sector bank entering there, and we had to drive multiple agendas. We believed all our team members would work like superhumans. But what we possibly missed is not everybody was prepared to adapt to the changing environments and contribute. My colleagues today still remember me as somebody who was a go-getter, someone who pushed the agenda very hard for success. But leadership, not about purely results. It's about lifting people around you. If I focus too much on my own success, I will experience a burnout. Worse, there will be a wake of people behind me who won't trust me. Now, my question to the group is, how many of you have been in similar situations where the drive for results have overshadowed the well-being of your team? Now, with that in mind, what was my ask? And later on, my learnings from the cxohive. More so from a person who have been there, done that, kind of seen it all. It was an opportunity to reconnect with today's aspirants, listen to their success stories, and share some of my experiences, which could resonate with you. I could use this opportunity to also use my coach, Mudit, as a sounding board for some of my past deeds. How did I fare? What could I have done better? Now, there are also opportunities of brainstorming, orchestrating a team, how to improve our executive presence. But when it comes to the true purpose and the experiences, it is about to build ourselves as true leaders for our country, to become better human beings, and to strive to make our organization and our Mother Earth a better place to live in. It is not about arriving, it is about becoming. Thank you.